What's happening, everybody? I'm Steve, and welcome back to Junkdrummer TV, where I give my initial reactions, my analysis, and my hot takes on the drummers of today and yesterday, and maybe tomorrow if I stick around that long. I'm a professional drum teacher and a geeky musician, and I have been for the last 20 years. Today's episode, we will be tying up some loose ends, because I have already done Joey Jordison, and I told you I would do this guy, Jay Weinberg. Only thing I know about Jay is his dad is Max Weinberg, and he's one of my all-time favorite jazz drummers. I'm a big fan of his work when he was with the Conan band. Like, if you all are old enough to remember, Conan had this sweet, like, big band, and Max Weinberg really played in that Buddy Rich big band style. Completely different from the way he plays with Bruce Springsteen, which I'm not a big fan of. And I watched Max be the last purveyor of that style of drums for years when I was younger. But enough about his dad, because I'm sure he gets that a lot. Jay Weinberg, of course, replaced Joey Jordison, I think, in 2010. I'm still not really sure about why that breakup happened, which is always a bummer, especially when you're a legendary band like Slipknot, to lose the number one. He was number one, you know, one of your original members. But Joey's misfortune was Jay Weinberg's big-time fortune. Has he been given a number yet? I'm not sure. But anyway, as I said before, I've already done a Slipknot video, so go check that out so you can hear my preamble about what I think about Slipknot. I unwittingly quoted Tenacious D when I was talking about, you know, how metal will never go away. I had no idea I was doing it at the time. I said metal was recession-proof, and for all those of you who have requested that t-shirt is on its way. But when I said that, you know, metal was recession-proof, I unknowingly pretty much quoted a Tenacious D song, like lyric by lyric, and I guess that just shows that some truths are self-evident. So, if you want to hear about everything I think about Slipknot, please go check that video out. Let's get into Jay Weinberg, who I'm not sure who has a number yet. All you Slipknot fans will know what I'm talking about. Play Unsainted. But before we do that, please give me a like, comment, and share. Give me a double tap on the subscription and the notification bell. Please check out my Patreon and my PayPal, link in the description. So, let's check out Jay Weinberg with Slipknot. Really keep their hi-hat going like that. Sometimes it's just so loud you don't need to even worry about it. It does keep you in time better, though. Yep. Yeah, that's just classic metal. You know, those are classic metal licks that you're hearing right here. Just that running 8th note on the bass drum, 2 and 4, 32nd note drum. Oh yeah. Yes, I'm stealing that. Let's talk about what he's doing right here. Also, I'm going to go out of my way to try not to make this a one-on-one comparison with Joey Jordison. I really want to just kind of deal with, you know, Weinberg on his own. I'm probably, at one point, will make a comparison, but I'm going to try not to. That is cool. I'm stealing that. That's a lick that I'm going to do. Let's talk about that lick he just played there. He's playing 8th notes on the bass drum, you know, digga, 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 digga. That's 16th notes, 8th notes, depending on how you feel the beat. And in his left hand, he's playing quarter notes, or again, 8th notes, depending on how you feel the beat. But I'm going to say quarter notes. So he's going 1, 2, 3, 4, you know, while running digga, 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 digga on the bass drum, on his bass drums. And in his right hand, he's playing every other 16th note. So in his right hand, he's going 1, and E4. And I don't know how he gets it back to 1. I'll have to watch it again, and we're going to. But that's really cool, because in your that gives this feeling of almost like a polyrhythm. It's almost like a 3/4, but it's not quite. What's going on there is he's playing that, you know, that thing that really feels like 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then in that right hand he's going That's really cool. That is a great trick that I am going to steal for sure. Let's go back and check that out right here. Yeah. Ooh, man, this young man is a bad boy, but I mean, of course he is. He's gonna be a Slipknot. Yeah, so like just right there, that's just old school metal. I'm actually going through like an old school metal listening phase right now, thanks to Razor Fist's Metal Mythos series. Man, go check that out. See, I've been listening to a lot of like early Judas Priest and Iron Maiden, and even going back and listening to the Metallica that I like, and that right there is just old school metal. Slipknot was always kind of, seen as the, new metal with the new lots. And they did have, they did bring in that funk feel to it, even more so than like Pantera did. But man, a lot of their elements is just good old fashioned 80s, late 70s, 80s, like San Francisco Bay metal bands, just a good like throwback old school metal. And that's what you're hearing right here. There's that, yeah, that is cool. I'm going to steal that for sure. That was the thing that they did a lot of, when metal bands before them, you wouldn't hear a lot of those funk notes in there. He's playing like a, like a, which is real syncopated. And I think that's something that they really brought to the game. Metal was very, just kind of, lots of 16th notes, running 16th notes, and not a lot of breaking up stuff like, classic metal, which is the stuff that they sound like during the verse right here. That's that funk, hip-hop influence that sets Slipknot apart from lots of other metal bands. Which now a lot of metal bands rip that off, and now it's become a trope. He looks like a big old boy. Now that is the breakdown, baby. Yes. I love breakdowns. I live for breakdowns. Now that's a t-shirt. Ooh, it's almost like dude, that lick right there is a wink to his dad. That is such a jazz lick. That is not metal right there. Go back right there. Man, I'm loving this. Check this little lick here. This is like, hey, Dad, I was listening to you when I was a kid. Check this out. There it was. Let me do it again. Sorry. My bad. Technical difficulties. Yeah, there it was. Watch. Yeah. That is a metal jazz drum fill. Cool, man. Cool. I like innovation. Woo! Man, I'm going to try to get through this video. Yeah, there's that lick again. Yeah, okay. Now we're playing, a blast beat. Have they played blast beats before? Like, not anything this obviously blast beat? I'm not sure. Yeah, you can tell this dude's just been playing since he was a kid. Like, his technique and everything is just so smooth. Double time. Like a double time chorus. Yes. Yeah, man. Whoo. Jay Weinberg's a bad boy. Again, I hadn't really heard anything of him with Slipknot. He was with Against Me before them. I do remember that. So, again, trying to stay away from too much of a comparison. It's not like he completely redefined the drumming in that band. That band has a very a signature style, so it wasn't like you were gonna bring in like Derek Roddy and just be a blast beat band, although he did play one right there. That's how I like blast beats done, as a flavor, as a piece of a thing. I'm gonna be honest, man, like that, a lot of that just blast beats through the whole song, I'm not really down, but I like it like that. In my metal band I talk about, there's like one section where I play a blast beat badly, but I play one. Jay Weinberg coming in and doing a fine job keeping number one's drum stool warm for him. You can tell that he has a lot more styles in his playing. You know, when you see Joey Jordison, and this is very indicative of a lot of bands that had been together for a long time. You know, Joey Jordison's style developed inside of Slipknot. You know, he's number one. So, you know, they grew in 95 to 2010. You know, that's 15 years. That's a long time to be in a band. And, you know, his style was created by being in that band. Jay Weinberg had the task of having to come in and have a template already there and then figure out ways to, you know, we've talked about this before in the Matt Cameron video about, you know, replacing a drummer, and especially replacing an iconic one. You come in and you have to play around with their template, and then, but then as an artist, you have to figure out ways to make that template more in your style so the music's more true. And there were some licks in there today that, you know, definitely was not in the Joey Jordison language, if you know what I'm saying. Man, I enjoyed all that really a lot. I'm digging that. So if y'all dug that, please give me a like, comment, and share. Give me a double tap on the subscription and the notification bell, Patreon, PayPal. And if you want to be ready to get that phone call for the band who needs a new drummer, you better keep practicing until it's easy.